Nawawī, he says, the ulama say, Nawawī, as a commentator, is quoting commentators before him. And very often, if not in most cases, Nawawī quotes commentators before him. One could say very seldom does he give his own speech, or he does, but the foundation of qala al-ulama. And a benefit aside of this topic concerning aqeedah, asma wa sifat. There are people who fight and argue over Nawawī, literally. They play tug of war of Nawawī. This group pulls his arm, he's us, he belongs to us, he was on our aqeedah. And another group says, no, Nawawī is ours, he belongs to us. And then the third group comes in the middle and says, Nawawī was on this, etc. There are groups who say, well, in Sharh Sahih Muslim, Nawawī, he made figurative interpretation, ta'weel of the sifat. He said this, he said that. 99% of the time in which Nawawī, may Allah forgive him and have mercy on him, mentions the sifat. And in any figurative interpretation, 99.9% of the time, he says, qala al-ulama. And he never says, I say, the strongest opinion, my view. He always says, qala al-ulama, they said. So Nawawī, in most cases, frees himself from the burden. So that should be a wake-up call for the people who are, he was not what you're saying, nor what you're saying. At worst, he quoted it and kept silent. And that's obviously fihi ma fihi yani. That's a problematic issue. But it's not the same as him saying this attribute does not mean this. And the law cannot have this attribute. It's impossible, and it's tajseem, etc. Qala al-ulama. Pay attention. Student of knowledge must be precise. Razor blade sharp. And the lay Muslim, when you quote a scholar or a student of knowledge, you gotta be precise. Most, or I can't say most, but many dawah problems and wars between Muslims today, aqeedah wars, dawah wars, come from sloppiness and from dullness. People quoting an imam, the imam did not say that. He did not say that. You go back to the book, volume 3, page 30, he said something totally different than what you're quoting. Abu Hanifa never said that. Never, not once. Rather, instead, he said the opposite. Or he said something which he gave detail. He gave a detail to this. This scholar, that scholar, he gave a condition for the mortgage to be lawful, so on and so forth. So be mindful of being sloppy when you quote people. Be precise, be accurate, and if not, don't say anything at all. Don't take it from me. Just look at most fights among the Muslims comes from people being sloppy. People being sloppy. Tabihu, be mindful. And if a person is continually sloppy, misquoting people, in most cases they have an agenda. And if you're caught misquoting scholars over and over again, you will lose out on your scholastic integrity. You are not to be trusted. Once you made a mistake, you were in a rush, that's also a problem. But over and over again, Sheikh Uthaymeen said, whoa, slow down. No, he did not. He did not say that. He said it hypothetically. He said if, in, saha, if. He said that debating somebody else. He never said that. So if you're caught misquoting people over and over again, you lose your license. We can't listen to you quoting anybody because in most cases you have an ulterior motive.